joining with Franchise India is an attractive proposition. Three things which are very important. One, the opportunities. Opportunity itself to aggregate 1,000 brands is impossible. Say you want to start your practice from Ranchi, and you want to launch a practice and tell people around Ranchi or largely in Jharkhand that I want to help you to start your own business. The first thing they're going to ask, what brands you represent, how many brands you represent, where are the brands? And if you go out and tell tomorrow, and then look, I partner with Franchise India, and I have 1,000 brands which are exclusively mandated to me, which means that you're in Ranchi, you will go out and say, if you want to buy a Tata Chroma, you can buy through me because I represent Tata Chroma. If you want to start a Pantaloon franchise, then I can represent Pantaloon, I can give you. If you want to start a Mahindra auto spares service centers, then you can come down to. If you want to start a petrol pump of GOBP, then I represent that. And then you can go down to micro opportunities. It can be, small pharmacies or a small preschool or any other opportunity which is available. So there is so much of opportunities, so diverse. Today, we handle pathology labs, specialty clinics, diagnostic structures. So everything we handle on that. Even paramedical, any other healthcare opportunity, from complex super specialty hospitals to a small collection point. Anything in between, we handle that. If you look at from education viewpoint, from a small coaching center to full-blown K-12 schools, we handle that. If you look at direct-to-home businesses, any kind of a service business which comes to your home, we handle that. It can be laundry, cleaning, any dry cleaning, any kind of opportunities which needs to be done. If you look at a fintech, so any opportunities we handle on a fintech side. Similarly, edutech, many opportunities of edutech opportunities. Recently, we launched a brand called Vedantu. Vedantu is one of the big unicorns now, and we're handling exclusively Vedantu across India. So if you look at the spectrum, today we are addressing anybody who comes to us with a 5 lakh rupees in a pocket and say, I want to start a business in 5 lakh rupees. We can give him many, many opportunities, starting from delivery companies like Shadowfax, which he can really start, or a small consulting franchise, or any other franchise you can start. But if somebody comes and say, I want to put 100 crores and I have a plot of land and I want to build a 5-star hotel, we have an opportunity for that. If you want to start any auto dealership, we have different opportunities on that. We today manage the portfolio of Bajaj, we manage portfolio of Mahindra. So a lot of companies we currently represent. And I always say that if there is a company which is open for franchising, Franchise India would have it. Absolutely have it. And that's where the real participation comes. So one big sport really comes in is the aggregation of these opportunities. The second piece is the brand itself. Why it is so important? Because when you start your own practice, people are going to say, look, I don't understand where you come from. What is your background? Have you helped people? But when you start as an independent franchise consultant with Franchise India, you can say we have serviced millions of people. There are about 6.5 million people who have benefited from Franchise India in the last 24 years. And 81,000 people have actually paid Franchise India to buy a business, which means that they have used our paid services. They come to us, they register with us, and they say, I want to invest 50 lakh rupees. Can you advise? And our consultants really work with them and advise them in getting that right business. And 81,000 people across India have actually used the paid services to start a business. So there is, if you go any place, if you say, I would take an example of Ranchi, if you go on a main market and start looking at stores, and every third or fourth store, if you go and ask somebody, how you the franchise, if you started this business, likelihood they would say, because we went to Franchise India, or we went to Franchise India show, or we went to franchiseindia.com, or we went to read their magazine, or some interface of Franchise India where they would have started. It's most likely that it would have been done by us. And franchising is a very large industry, and it's just continued to boom in India. India has already become the second largest marketplace for franchising. So the first is opportunity, the second is the brand, and third, which is the most important part, why you join our program, is the methodology. It looks mild simple, that you have opportunities on one side and investors on some side, just bring them together and make a lot of brokerage. Answer is, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. It needs a lot of learning, a lot of methodology and structure. And that's where it really opens up to what kind of sport we provide you to become a great successful practice and run independent franchise consulting practice. We call the MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring, which is the key. When I started this program, I saw a lot of brilliant people who came for my training, attended that training for 3 days. They were very excited, charged up. Everything was there. We gave them a big pack, and they went out. And I saw they were not successful. They were not able to do that. And I started questioning. They were smart people. They understood everything. In 3 days, we gave them really good training and everything they wanted to be done. But why are they not able to do that? And I realized that when they go back, they are just got into their own thing and they're not having time to come out and put into this program, and they don't know where to get started. They don't know where to move in the first step. Who's your first client? How to get that board? And I realized that that means that I need to mentor them much closely. And I changed the program and I said, look, many Sundays, 6 to 7 Sundays, you need to come for different modules to get yourself trained. But even after training, we realize unless and until you handhold them on a day-to-day basis, results would not come. So we've started a mentoring program. Every single independent franchise consultant is must to attend that. We don't approve any candidate who says, I cannot come on the morning meeting. If you cannot come on the morning meeting, you're not eligible to become an independent franchise consultant, which means why you come in? Because you become accountable. One, you come and learn from your peers. What are they doing? How they are performing? What is working for them? Which brand is able to sell faster than the other brand? What is happening on how they're conducting their social media, how they're marketing themselves, everything else. Because every single independent franchise consultant is a brand in itself. So they need to also build their brand equity. And that's what we help them to build the brand equity. So that's very, very important, which is the first mentoring. Second is opportunities. We continue to give you at least 40 to 50 fresh opportunities every single month. Every day, 12 o'clock, every day, there is a webinar where we launch a new brand. And that brand is launched. Leads are generated on this webinar, and the leads on real-time basis are mapped to your every single IFC to start working on that. So it becomes fantastic. They know the brand, they have heard the entire thing, the leads have been generated and leads are coming to them. So that becomes a great opportunity piece. So you don't have to worry, you continue to get new inventory. So, like last week, great webinar, but 500 people came in who wanted to buy a franchise. All the marketing was done by Franchise India. And all these 500 leads were filtered by our call center. We qualify them. And then through our CRM, map to our independent franchise consultant. And they start doing consultations with these investors and take them, profile them, and see if they are serious, then try to do the transaction. Then the third is S, MOST. S stands for sport. Initial days, you don't know how to really work with every transaction or every discussion. You need our sport. So we have sport managers who work with you in terms of getting your first few transactions, because the first few transactions are where you need maybe hand holding. And today, good part is that we have our physical events on. So every day there is some show. So multiple shows keep happening within Franchise India network. So these shows also give you a lot of opportunity to learn, a lot of learning from seniors. And so you are able to come from this whole gestation curve faster. Earlier, with the COVID going on, a lot of work was happening digitally. The gestation was 2 to 3 months. But I think now with 15 to 20 days, you know what to pitch, how to pitch, then you are ready to go in the market. And the last T stands for the training. Training is very, very critical in our case. We have modules for everything. How you become a business sales specialist. Business sales is an art. It's more selection. It's not really just going out and selling a franchise opportunity. You select investors who can be profiled for that right company and so on and so forth. So that's very important part of our journey. So we do a lot of modules of training and different products we have in our company, from business advisory products, so coaching products. So all these pieces are given to you.